All right, guys, welcome back to the B stream, aka the best stream here, as we have some pretty sick games going on, and we find out who is the last player to play in these groups in terms of who gets eliminated.
Is it me?
It's you versus Maru. Good luck, my friend. My name's... Hey?
I used to lose a lot to Maru and Korean Ladder.
Did you?
Back in the Wings of Liberty time. And I was very frustrated about it, because he's so young. And he always crushed me.
But now he won a GSL, an OSL, so you can be like, you can be happy that you lost it. It's okay.
Not really.
No, no, you still want to beat all the champions.
I guess he's really good now, and he got more recognition. I guess he was always good.
He's pretty good. I would say he's pretty good.
He's not bad.
Yeah. And in fact, we are going to see Maru go up against EG aLive here. aLive coming in at the very last second in this tournament. Jim was unable to attend, unfortunately for him. And now aLive is indeed his replacement. So, this is our first match. We have 2 more series left over here, guys. Make sure to go over to Twitter and all your respective social media networks. Hashtag WCS on Twitter, guys. Tweet at us who you think's actually going to win this series. Tweet at us about the previous games, because that was a little bit of a shocker, and we want to know your opinions. At Kyle Larson, at ToddSC2. So, we have Maru versus aLive now. TVT. And then after, we have either have another TVT or a TVZ, depending on who loses between Scarlet and MMA.
Who do you think takes this?
Who do I think take this? I think Maru takes this. I think I want to say the volatility in his play, but it's just because he can mix things up wildly between the Mega Mecha.
I
don't know, I'm thinking Godzilla. Mechazilla. I don't know what happened. My brain kind of just frazzled. Between the mega aggressive play and the mega macro play, got there in the end.
Just use the words you want, it's fine. You always do anyway.
Do I?
Yeah.
All right, okay. But the point is that it can mix things up so nicely. I think that Maru takes this. aLive in the last TVTs that I saw him in was not looking as strong at all at the level that Maru kind of takes, so.
Okay, I guess we're going to see what these players have in store for us. You know what I hope to see? Marine Tank versus Marine Tank. I love these games. I don't know why. This is so cool.
Yeah.
And a lot of people actually consider 10 versus 10 to be the best matchup, and 10 versus Zerg to be the second best matchup. And do you know why?
Why?
Because they are 2 of the most action-packed matchups.
That's certainly true. I would say TVZ for me is the most action-packed matchup right now. And
TVT, depending on who's playing, obviously,
yeah.
If Good is playing, like you're not gonna have too much action, but.
No.
If aLive versus Maru are playing and they play Marines and tanks or just bio in general, you're going to have a lot of drops.
Well, it's nice to see the contrast between the bio-tank kind of play and the mech play, similar to what we saw in Innovation versus Tager, game number 3. If you get to that point where it's where both players are well established and they're just constantly rallying forth and trying to kill off each other off, you can get some really interesting plays from that. So it doesn't have to, in my opinion, just be Marine Tank versus Marine Tank. You can also get a lot of diversity in strategy that still clashes against one another really, really nicely.
From the few parts that I saw of Tager versus Innovation, like I guess what I deduced out of those games, or what the conclusion I came up to is bio is really good against mech in the right hands. Like he made mech look almost, I would say unusable, although like this was the game where Innovation kept on holding and stuff, but Tager made bio look very, very strong.
Yeah. For meching players in TVT, it's about trying to balance having a great, strong army on the ground while still being able to deal with the airborne threat of medevacs constantly everywhere.
What about mega mech players?
Mecha. What about mecha mech players with making Thor Godzillas and things like that? Is that where you want me to go, Todd? Is that where you want me to go?
Yes.
Perfect. All right, let's jump into game number 1. As we have these 2 Korean Terrans facing off against one another in the first game of Group D. Spawning down to the bottom left-hand corner, we have our blue Terran. He goes by the name of EG aLive, representing Korea. And down to the bottom right, representing Korea, we have, representing also Prime, he is Maru, the champion.
Yeah, WCS Korea champion. I don't think too many people expected that. I think in the predictions for like who would win between him and Rain, a lot of people predicted Rain, but actually when I heard about it, a lot of high-placed personalities or just well-respected people in the community, in the StarCraft community, actually predicted Maru to win, from what I heard.
Interesting.
So I guess he's been doing some damage in practice and on the ladder.
It's Maru is with that championship, for people who don't know out there, he became a Royal Roader. So that means that he entered, it was the first OSL he'd ever entered, correct? And then he just goes all the way through and wins it straight on out. And I also believe he's the youngest ever OSL champion as well. So Maru, throughout the run that he had recently in that tournament, is actually amazingly strong in the position he was in, and I cannot believe we are seeing this from aLive.
I hope he's good against Command Center first.
He's
going for a scout, so he's actually going to identify it.
Yeah.
And he wants to go for a Reaper. This could be really bad for aLive very quickly in this game.
Yeah, generally, this is so hard to stop in TVT. If you go Command Center first, you have no units how to deal with this Reaper. Thankfully for aLive, he didn't go for a second barracks.
Gas!
He's going for gas?
Gas
oh my.
before barracks.
Wow, aLive is gambling a lot here. But, oh, whoa. Maru didn't actually go for a Reaper. So,
yeah, not yet.
aLive got off lucky because the gas is going to be primarily for the factory, I think, here for Maru, or the reactor.
Is he going to cancel
quickly.
the Marine? No, he lets one finish. He gets the second one. He might just go into a factory from there.
There was the two sides of the spectrum. You can either actually get the Reaper out and then try and do the damage to the Marines on the way. Go!
When do you ever see a Marine crossing the map and try and do some damage? I don't think ever.
If he'd have got a Reaper, Maru would have had a huge lead here, I feel.
Yeah, he could have done a lot with just one Reaper, but instead of that, second gas already for Maru. So I think, what do you think he goes for?
Banshees.
Maybe Hellion drop into a Banshee, I think would be really good against this.
He has options still. Like, it could be even Widowmine drops or, you know, Hellion drops as well, but...
Widowmine drop? This is not TVP, man.
Hey, you see some...
You think it will do good in TVT?
It's like you couple it with a Widowmine and Marine push with Medivacs, and then you can actually make something happen with it. But interestingly enough...
Whoa, Tech Lab? Factory?
He should be making the starport on there.
Got me thinking Tech Lab Factory for a second, but yeah, he has to be a starport. Why is he not making it? Why is he not making any units?
It's what I was
Spend your money.
For. And there we go. So it's being made. So he's going to go for Widowmines, and then I'm guessing he wants to go for Banshee. The funny thing is with Tech Lab on there, you can technically go for Medevac, try and drop Marines and Widowmines, and then go for a Banshee.
Imagine the Widowmine of Maru. It reaches the natural of aLive before the command center's there.
Oh god, that would be horrible.
I don't think he's gonna want to be too offensive at all with his Widowmine. He's rallied it onto his natural for now, and that's gonna be one very fast Cloak Banshee.
Well, it's going to be pretty darn quick, and it can be very strong as well. aLive right now, he doesn't really have too much to deal with it. He's getting a Tech Lab as well on his factory to switch over to a starport. And I assume, generally what you do is, when you've gone Command Center first and you think your opponent might be getting aggressive, you go for Viking and then Raven or so, just to try and catch this kind of play out. So maybe we'll see that from aLive.
What do you think about the discount on the Cloak Banshee?
I think it's cool. I'm glad that we're seeing more of it in the matchup, especially since we're seeing less Hellbats, which is
someone just scans.
So nice. Yeah, and he sees the fact that the Tech Lab is whirring away here. So Maru has the choice. He could actually cancel it if he wanted to. But
the Widowmine didn't get in position at the natural of aLive. This was very close. He placed 2 Marines above the ramp, and Maru didn't want to risk going up the ramp with the potential risk of having units there. So aLive going for a Raven here. Wow, this build is actually so good against passive play, I guess.
You technically don't have to scout at all as aLive with this kind of build. Obviously, he has got a pretty good scout. Well, I mean, it was the scan that he got the scout with. But he knew pretty much what his opponent was up to, and getting this Raven out takes a very good stance here. Oh, there is a Widowmine there on the edge.
Ooh, is Maru going to react on time? He actually barely flies out. He didn't see it yet. He sees it now. Ooh!
God, that was so close, Maru. You have to be careful. But Cloak is going to finish in a second, but as is the Raven going to pop out too. So he has to be extra careful about where he sits here with this Banshee. Yeah. Oh, Widowmine
turret behind, maybe. If this Banshee goes too low on hit points. Oh, and the Widowmine is actually going to be revealed. Oh, the Raven flies into it.
Oh, well, didn't kill off the Raven in the end. I think
I guess he knew. Yeah, he knew. That's why he did that. He wanted to tank the damage.
And that's interesting, actually, because I'm wondering if Maru thought that it might actually kill off the Raven, but...
are you kidding me?
Anyway.
They've been in this situation 100 times. I called it, man. If it gets low on hit points, catch it with an auto turret.
Yeah, man. I'm liking that. That was cool.
Viking is out now. Wow. And aLive, what a sick defense.
Oh, yeah. This is really nice. This is actually a build that I see done a lot in the foreign scene by the Muslim, and just not scouting at all, just getting this kind of defense up and running.
Yeah, but not with the command center first.
No, I don't think so. You're right. But still, it's a variation of it, and it's very, very strong.
There's a Viking of aLive going quite far out of his base, and Maru's gonna pressure with one tank here. He's gonna siege that. aLive needs to pull back. He needs to make sure he has enough units to crush this. And
this is a cool little push here from Maru with that one siege tank. Does he have a second one coming along? I think he does. Yes.
Yeah.
So this could actually do quite a bit of damage.
aLive has his own tank, and he has a Viking as well. He's gonna basically kill that Banshee, and then why is he not using his tank?
That Viking's very important. He wants to keep that alive so he can actually kill off this Banshee. And it looks like he will get a few more shots off it, and he does kill it off, as well as the siege tank.
Yeah,
so a good hold.
You know what? Maru killed 4 more SCVs, so the walker count is actually very even right now.
Yeah.
It's so funny, like when Maru walked into the natural now, I was like, why isn't aLive using photon overcharged? And I was like, oh wait.
There's no Protoss here, my friend, unfortunately. We had quite a few of those today.
Nice scan in the main. He spots the third command center again, aLive that is, and he's been doing a very good job at aiming with those scans. I guess the production facilities are in the middle of the base, but like he seems to know exactly that his opponent won't try to hide anything. But actually, he did make double eBay at his natural.
Exactly, that's the thing. It's like well, the Marines are going to try and kill off the Raven, and they do get it. Yeah, he dropped the scan, but he didn't get full confirmation of what his opponent was really up to, what he was really going to be teching into. And getting the double engineering base, spotting those is really, really important here, because right now, Maru is getting a huge, huge lead in terms of his bio upgrades. For aLive also going into bio, he has to know about that. Otherwise, he's going into the mid game of this TVT very blindly and very scarily.
Yeah, the third base is up earlier by Maru, and aLive, he's only upgrading on one E-base. So I mean, this is gonna take its toll later on. If he doesn't make something happen very, very soon, he's gonna start falling in behind on upgrades, on economy as well. The thing that Maru is late on is Steam and Combat Shield. He's just started Steam now on the barracks that is at his expansion. So he's adding extra barracks. Meanwhile, aLive, I mean, I think he already has... No, actually, no.
He started his Stim as well just now.
Oh, wow. So he's...
So very, very late.
I thought aLive was already at Stim or something, and now he's going to get Combat Shield. And nice drop in the main. This is what aLive needs to make happen here. Even if he kills just a few SCVs and then he loses this Medivac with those units, it's still going to be okay, but he does not plan on doing that. He's going to drop in the natural. I'm surprised Maru doesn't throw down more turrets.
The fact that aLive now sees the armory and sees an engineering bay up there, if he pokes up just a little further whilst this aggression's going on, he might have a big indication of how far his opponent is in terms of the upgrades. Or of course, he could have clicked on his opponent's army as well. But now he knows that he's a little bit far behind, and that's why he starts his engineering bay as well as armory. He needs to catch up. He knows he needs to catch up here.
And aLive, he lost a lot of SCVs here. I think there was only one SCV, Maru, I mean. There was only one SCV killed before by aLive. Now there's 13, so I think he might have just killed 12 SCVs or something like that. It finds himself on 51 SCVs against 44, and that's exactly what he needed to come back, to get back in a good situation in this game. He's not going to have a supply lead. He's getting the second factory on his natural as well as a barracks, and we're going to be heading into a micro game from there.
Yep, seemingly so. These guys playing at a very, very even pace, and the tech labs all down on these barracks.
Why is there 2 tech labs? I would have thought he'd go for Marine heavy.
Marauder production's always pretty good if you think your opponent's going into a lot of
Yeah, but he's getting Marines out of the tech lab barracks.
That is kind of odd. Maybe
the Banshee in the middle.
Is he going to die?
Double scan force for this.
Wow, that's a lot of scans for that one Banshee. Because, again, he lost his Raven so early on. Well, relatively early on. So it does force that out. All right, what have we got going on? We have Maru now still positioning himself at the third base. 61 workers to 51 in favor of aLive right now. So he's feeling very content to pretty much sit back here and his supply block for a second.
Yeah, aLive was supply capped. He used the call on supply behind the middle line. He's throwing down a lot of depots. Actually, some SCVs are idle there. So as good as his macro is, he's doing a few mistakes here and there. And I saw a sensor tower go down. It's Maru actually at his third base. This is going to be able to spot a lot, but through the blind spots, some Marines got into his main. This is just going to be defended, I think.
Yeah, a nice attempt at a drop, but in the end, Maru cleaned it up really, really nicely. He even brought back a few medivacs to try and help that out, but he didn't have to in the end. And 2-2 is now on the way for Maru. So he's getting nicely ahead with the upgrades still, whilst only +2 and +1 are going to finish up in a sec here for aLive. And again, this all comes down to the aggression early on and the way in which Maru was spending his gas, realizing that he didn't need stim so early on against what his opponent was up to and could invest that gas into those upgrades, gives him a very nice lead here.
And aLive got such a late combat shield, you see? He's halfway through it.
Yeah.
Maru already got his. If they fight now, Maru would definitely have the advantage. Then it comes down to the tanks. Both players getting the exact same sensor tower on their third base. And actually, aLive closed the door here. He shot down those rocks.
Did he? Oh, yes, he did. Awesome. I'm liking that.
Yeah. Wanted to make sure he cannot get attacked through there. And aLive, I think he's going to go for a big Doom drop. Look, he's preparing a lot of bioforces in his main with Medivacs as well.
Is he?
Yeah, I think he wants to go for a huge Doom drop and then at his third base set up like a line of tank to hold basically anything.
If Maru knew that that amount of army was away from this front, he may try and do some damage. But these siege tanks are too well set up here for
so
aLive.
many, and aLive now came back with his main army. Maru's gonna set up the siege line here.
Maru's kind of taking a little bit of a treacherous path here. I'm kind of surprised by this position that he has. As I don't think he can really break aLive right now.
Yeah, I think he's just going to be pulling back as aLive's defense is too good for him for now. Wait. Oh, okay. He moved his factory to his main.
Well, I mean, with that defense there from aLive, this game has the potential to go on for quite a while. aLive now dropping in the back of this mineral line here against Maru as well, killing off a few workers where he can. He's killed off 25 workers during this entire game.
The depot with the call-down supply, so this is big.
Yeah, that's a very, very nice pickup there. And the Marines will come back and stem that away. But still, some good damage by aLive.
You know what aLive should have done? Attack the eBay, and every time the SCVs come to repair, he shoots them down.
Yeah.
He might have been able to get a lot of SCVs plus the eBay. And he comes right back in as Maru leaves.
Oh, wow, what a fake out here. He's also dropping at the natural third base here as well, whilst moving through the middle of the map.
Yeah, this is a trick.
aLive is playing fantastically here in this game.
Oh, and he's going to get a great siege line against those units of Maru.
Ooh.
aLive here with some game-winning moves.
Maru has interesting building placement as well to deny the push from coming on too strong. Meanwhile, he's going to try and drop in the back of this position as well here, but he will get pushed away. And aLive looking really, really good in game number one.
This factory and this depot is working against Maru here. He cannot attack through there. He's actually going to pull SCVs and go for it.
Oh, he knows he has to try and break out of this. The Marines all get funneled up into this one location, though. He would have been better bringing some of those around from the north position here, as aLive does have the better concave. And look at the supply advantage he's taking. aLive with a fantastic TVT play here is actually just outmaneuvering Maru at every single angle.
I thought Protoss' army killed the other armies very quickly, then I saw TVT with tank lines.
Yeah, man, there's just Gauss rifles and Marine arms flying absolutely everywhere. It's pretty cool to watch. And, well, it's not going to end just yet. As Maru is a fighter, he's going to try and keep in this as best he can. But right now, his army supply is waning. 112 against 71, and his worker count is also waning. 66 against 35. Maru is down in every aspect apart from his upgrades. Which eventually will get equalized.
Yeah, and I'm surprised aLive hasn't placed some kind of tanks on the force base of aLive to snipe stuff from up there. Oh, he's trying to get a different tank line. Marines get steamed. Maru's not gonna dare to go in there.
Yeah, he can't.
I think he's gonna slowly die here from there.
He's stuck between a rock and a hard place, gotta say. He does move forward at a great time, though, there to catch off a few of those siege tanks as they were unsieging. That was the best time that Maru could have actually tried to snipe out one or two of those. But he's got to take more engagements like that, and aLive's got to give him more opportunities like that, which I don't think aLive will do if he's on top of his game.
Look at aLive's micro. He's got 3 factories in total. He's going so tank heavy with his army.
How many tanks
Doom
does
drop
he
in the
have?
main. Well, Doom drop.
That's
4 Medivacs.
That's a lot of Marines, you're right. And being on top of this production right now, when Maru cannot afford to bring hardly any units from the front here, this is really, really difficult for him. These Marines are just left to do whatever they want. They're going to kill off a command center very, very quickly. Are those Marines coming for Maru to actually help this? They can't actually fight this if aLive were to turn around and just fight.
Why is he running away? He's going to go for it now. His units are 3-2 against just 2-2 and... Actually, no, Maru's 3-2 as well.
Yeah, he pushed it back in the end, but it's because aLive was being indecisive about what he wanted to do there. He still crippled quite a bit of the economy, though, which is always nice for him. And he supply blocked Maru quite heavily as well, with this extra drop going down.
Oh God, these Marines, they kill so many SCVs every single time, and in the meantime, aLive is going to look to take a 4th and a 5th at the same time.
He's killed off 70 workers this game. 70. it's 66 workers to 38. Maru has been forced to produce 108 workers during this entire game because of how much great aggression aLive has actually shown here. He's
aLive right now saying, you can be a WCS Korea champion. I come from America.
Oh, wow. This is... What a turn of events. What a turn of events.
I did not expect this. Maru might be going for another attack, but I mean, aLive being maxed here, this is going to be too much. He's got level 2 vehicle weapons as well. What can Maru do? I mean, unless aLive attacks into this, and like even then, it's still trade and like win.
Yeah, it's going to be up to aLive to make a huge mistake and try and like just, I don't know, move command into this army and trade really, really badly, because he's gaining a great bank behind this. The drop's going to head off down to the north here, and
aLive has a force in 5th now.
He could kill this engineering bay if he wanted to, but he just wants to kill off SCVs. And he's going to get a lot. And now he turns around and kills off the engineering bay. That's a great pickup.
He gets it before level 3 armor upgrade finishes.
That's what I was expecting as he dropped in
he gets the command center? Does he get it?
Oh, no. The repair ult, very, very important. Doesn't want to lose every single one of his command centers.
Maru has some pretty sick GG timing.
He certainly
the
does.
New fantasy.
Army supplies here, 131 to 105. So Maru's army is not, it's not, you know, completely useless here. It can still do a lot of damage, but...
He actually has quite some supply still. Like, considering he has 2 bases and he's lost, like, what, 80 SCVs in total, he's still on 154 supply against 200. It's not, well, it's super bad, but he salvaged the situation better than a lot of people would, I think.
Oh, this is turned out for the worst here for Maru, because, well, they're looking to drop a lot, but there's all those Marines positioned well. The thing is that +2 weapons on these siege tanks, whilst it's 3-3 on aLive's bio, is, again, 2 upgrade advantages over the mech and the bio here for Maru. So Maru's having to do a lot more with a lot less, and it's going to be hard.
Oh, and aLive is getting some starports in his main.
Uh-oh.
It's BC time.
I mean, why not play it out? Why not just kind of keep yourself safe? He drops in the back again here with all of these medevacs. These Marine drops are brutal.
I don't understand why they don't make more turrets. I guess Maru is pretty broke right now.
You do see a lot of that, though. Oftentimes you see a lot of turrets going around parameters to try and keep yourself stable. But yeah, you're right. That's just what it is. He can't actually do anything. He doesn't have the money to do anything with that.
Wow, aLive. He kills 88 SCVs now, 90 SCVs, and these drops, even if they die after killing just a few SCVs, every single time, this is damage dealt.
Yeah.
aLive, he has understood that, and he went for drops all the time. It was like watching MMA play.
It's been so important here for Maru to protect this.
Oh god, these Marines, they're like stuck.
Yeah, they're kind of in a bit of a bad spot there. But it's been so important for Maru to keep alive that third upgrade for his armor.
Look at these 8 Marines, they're
surrounded. What are you
surrounded.
trying to do? Get away! Run away!
Drop your weapon.
Ah, you can't see us now. The sense tower's gone. And, well, look at aLive just moving into a position to deny this base. If he kills this off, then I don't know how Maru's actually going to deal with this. He's trying to repair where he can.
Oh my god, this BF.
Oh,
goodbye.
Oh, the volley of death. Oh, 2 volleys. Bye-bye, Planetary Fortress. I have to make the sound effect. It's too tempting when you see that kind of siege up.
aLive almost has +3 vehicle weapons here, and I think Maru is going to tap out very, very soon. He might go for a counter-attack. Whoa, he's teamed all of his Marines.
Well, he has a lot of energy to heal them up, but it's going to take quite a while here. aLive, it's as if Maru's like, right, I've got a base trade, I have no other option. And he's right, he has no other option. aLive has the bank, he has the opportunity to replenish, whereas Maru doesn't, he has to go for this. Somehow.
And aLive wants to make starports on the top right-hand side of the map in case. Well, against this many Marines, do you really want to go for starports? You should throw down factories everywhere.
I mean, well, Maru's trying to evacuate all of these buildings. Bits of command center fly everywhere.
Maybe he wants to go for Banshees.
Maybe he... Yeah, I think so.
He's getting Cloak now.
But the thing is if he goes for Banshees and he has Cloak, then there's nothing that these Marines can actually detect. He has 1 orbital command flying around. That's all his detection.
You know what? The army of Maru is still very scary. 116 army supply against 135. If aLive takes a really bad fight, like if he falls asleep on the situation he's in now, there might be a chance, still very small, that Maru could win.
Well, exactly. And he's even keeping
the
his...
tanks!
They're quite out of position. Where are all the Marines here? He needs all of his army together.
Yeah, actually, aLive left all of his Marines across the map to kill buildings.
Yeah.
Whoa, there's only 3 tanks there.
I'm quite
He's preparing
surprised.
a flank with tanks. Oh, actually, if he siege those on the high ground here.
Well, we could do a lot of damage to
yeah.
those. But he does see it with the Vikings. He would see it with the Vikings. And these Marines are going to push in here and kill off a few of these tanks.
Oh my god!
Maru trying to fight back here. But Cloak just finished for the Banshees. So once he starts making some, there's only this command center for detection.
I think I didn't see something. Look in the main of aLive.
Oh, yeah, he has pretty good position there.
And I think Maru might be able to break this position here and kill snipe this base as well, but I don't think he's going to have enough to fight the Cloak Banshees plus the army that Maru has already remade. But you know what? Maru has already spent all of his money. And he hasn't queued any... no, aLive, that is. And he hasn't queued any Banshees in those starports, surprisingly.
Yeah, he really doesn't he doesn't have that much money, to be honest with you,
This
to do
is weird. He had like 2,000 something.
It's quite interesting how he actually got the reactor on a starport as well.
Oh, is that going to fight?
Well, and aLive is going to fall back here, realizing that his opponent had the better concave. This is all Maru's going to have for now, this small army. And that one Banshee with Cloak appears and is like, hello. He's trying to land the command center.
He has only one.
Yeah.
You could actually mine from this base, because Maru still has SCVs, but, well, the Sensor Tower will be picked off, and I think one last flank will do it for aLive here. Maru putting up quite a decent fight, considering the situation he was in.
Oh, God, and he had to drop the scan already. Oh, no, actually, that was aLive scan, I should say. Maru still has a scan on this, and he will drop it down. He kills off that Banshee, but the Marines come in from either side for aLive to finish it. And there you go. GG, aLive takes the first game. Stellar fashion there from aLive. Really good TVT.
aLive fighting for EG and America, making it work for himself here in the first game. Pretty convincing play, I have to say. I did not expect Maru to fall in this first game or in this series at all. He's lost one game here. He's going to have to play better than this if he wants to take down aLive. He never really went for any drop. He went for the Banshee Cloak. It was spotted perfectly, and then aLive reacting to it, making sure he can defend very well. From there, Maru never really made anything happen. aLive was the one dropping all the time. Going through the blind spots of the base, dodging barely the Sensor Tower, and 90 SCV kills to 8. I think it speaks for itself. Yeah,
aLive played that out really, really nicely. And if he now goes into game number 2 just on Derelict Watcher, just playing the same game out again with the same methodical play style that he was using there, I am scared for Maru. I am very, very scared for Maru. I think Maru here, I wouldn't be surprised if he brings out something that's very aggressive to kill aLive off before that actually happens. Because that was impressive by aLive.
So what do you predict will happen here?
It's too hard to say. I can't predict anything Maru does. After watching Maru...
You're scared now, aren't you?
I am scared of predicting Maru. After watching him in WCS Korea, I have no clue.
Okay, Derelict Watcher. Let's see what these players have in store for us. aLive versus Maru, aLive up by 1 game.
I will say something aggressive for Maru. I will say just something aggressive. He might just go completely different to that and just say 1 barracks command center with gas.
It's funny because aLive opened very greedy and like risky, and then he was the aggressor the entire game from there.
Yeah. Well, we'll see now. Let's jump into game number 2 to see if this can conclude here for aLive, or if Maru can tie it up 1-1. As we load up onto Derelict Watcher, and spawning up to the top right-hand corner here as our red Protoss. He is EG aLive, currently 1 game up, and spawned down to the bottom left-hand corner, our blue. Did I say Protoss? Anyway, Terran, whatever.
That's what WCS Europe will do to you every time you introduce players.
There's a lot of Protoss. And we do have spawned down to the bottom left-hand corner Maru, who looks to be going for something aggressive, as I predicted.
Alright, let's see. What was that? Never again.
Never again. Dude, I expect... if I had to go on my wildest expectations of what he would do, it was something aggressive. After seeing that game in TVT and after seeing how aLive handled that, it was really, really well done. And Maru realizes that as well. Maru realizes he has to try and bring the fight to aLive early to shut him down.
And gas first by aLive this time.
So he is wanting to go for a quick factory into whatever he wants. It's normally, I think it's normally Widow Mines for the gas first. Don't quote me on that, though. So.
I will.
Procaster, woo!
I most certainly will.
I don't know why I've got a brain block on it, but that's normally what I see. Anyway.
Let's see what Maru has in store. Should be... I like how you predicted for once that he was going to do aggression, and he did some aggression.
Thanks, Todd.
Gonna give you some props for once.
Oh,
and aLive!
Oh.
Does he see it?
He should see it, yeah.
Oh my god.
Wow.
That's
and
super
he sees
cool.
the tech lab as well, so this buys him a load of time. Generally with the tech lab, there you go, he has to cancel it. There's no way he can make that work.
And do you think he made the tech lab because he was scouted? He wanted aLive to believe he was going into Marauders?
He could have actually. I mean, there's two ends of the spectrum. He could have been like, oh, well, I want to do this, and now it's been scouted, so I'm just going to cancel it, or I'm going to try and fake him out.
I wonder if he wanted to go for Marauders or Reapers, and then just... This was definitely... Well, I guess he had to cancel. This was the smarter move here for sure.
The thing is that I'm trying to theorize what faking it out would create in terms of a response by aLive that would be any different. Yeah, I think a bunker at the very top of the high ground.
Which is going to be useless against Reaper.
So this could work out. He sees the Reaper already, though. So it's by the by.
Hello, SCVs.
Hi. Yum, 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 yum,
I want to tickle you.
Yum, 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 yum. Will he get one? Yum, 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 yum. Yay. Yummy SCVs. And the Marine has to chase him down as well. But unfortunately, that's not so easy.
2 kills already for the one Reaper. Another one is on the way, and the bunker has already finished. But, well, putting Marines in there will be quite useless. Actually, no, this is a Marine behind this.
Yeah,
shooting down the bunker.
One Marine in it won't be too bad, I guess. I'm quite surprised he followed it over the Marine.
Why is he not pulling back?
I was expecting after the first Reaper he would just pull the barracks straight back and just kind of position himself with his command center. But I guess having the barracks out there, adding on an extra Reaper, you know, he gets over there quicker.
Don't you think Maru lost his first Reaper kind of sloppily? Like it was just standing there.
What did he get? Did he get one SCV?
No, but that's not the point. Like the way he lost it, he could have kept it alive for longer.
Yeah.
Versus aLive.
He found himself in a bit of a bad spot, though. Versus aLive, god damn it. But he found himself in a bad spot over here because there were Marines and SCVs coming in from either side. Oh, did he lose a Marine?
Yeah, he got fried, and he's getting a Hellion behind this, but there is going to be a Hellion of aLive in the main of Maru. He has to pull SCVs.
Ooh.
Pulling SCVs versus Hellion, not too good. So there is a Reaper on the way back, but aLive might be able to kill some of those SCVs here.
Oh, nice repair all there by Maru to try and save some of those at the beginning. But
wow, did you see he tried to line up the shots?
This was a really good decision by aLive, though. Just to send that Hellion over, knowing that his opponent wouldn't have that many units out at the back, because the barracks was over the other side of the map. There's not really much you can have there.
And aLive, having scouted this and defended perfectly, he finds himself on 23 SCVs against 19. Again, we see one of those games where Maru tries to go for something very aggressive, and aLive defends perfectly. From there, I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to go into his own expansion, as Maru already has his second orbital command, and aLive is going to look to start bringing the pain with some medevac drops.
aLive always ended up
brings the pain.
He always brings the pain, man. That's what aLive does. But for the longest time in Wings of Liberty, I always saw him being extremely cheesy and extremely aggressive. Oop. Pause. I wonder...
And Scarlet won versus MMA.
Did she?
Yeah, so the winner of this match will play against Scarlet, and the loser of this match will play versus MMA. The loser of this match versus MMA will be casted on our stream.
You know what's interesting about that, though, is that not only did Scarlet win, but Scarlet won 2-0, which is actually really impressive to say exactly where her TVZ is at. I mean, everyone's always known that her TVZ is pretty darn good anyway, but to defeat MMA 2-0 when he is pretty darn strong in that matchup as well is very good. Anyway, aLive is going for standard old Marine drops with Hellion pokes. And actually, Maru has very little units.
Yeah, and by very little. One Viking and one Hellion. He's going to have to pull SCVs. He's going to lose even more SCVs. aLive looking to maybe take the 2-0 victory very early on in this second game.
He could kill off a lot of workers here if he's not careful. The SCVs actually just turned for the fight here. And he's already lost 16, 17 workers. There's so many going down. It's 14 workers to 27 right now. aLive with good decision making once again. 21 workers have gone down, and there's so many so weak. He can still get more. Oh.
This one Marine targeting the wrong unit. He gets the Viking though.
Wow, good job, Marine.
And a tank is gonna come out and clean this up. But 27 SCVs have been killed at the 8th minute. Are you kidding me? That's the amount you're supposed to have if you stayed on one base at this time.
Maru in this series right now is looking dismantled by aLive. aLive is playing a TVT out really, really nicely. aLive,
he looks like 4GG playing TVT.
Yeah, it kind of does. aLive flies around here, lands his Viking to try and get a few more SCV kills, gets one, and runs away. What is this? Oh, aLive.
He's relentless.
He is, man. He's going back with his units now. He's like not being as relentless.
4 now.
Yeah, exactly. He'll be back. Don't worry, guys.
He's getting a third command center at the same time as well. Like, I mean, if he goes into full production behind this, I just don't see how Maru could hold. Maru is gonna go for the Cloak Banshee.
It's one way that he could bring himself back into it, but I don't know whether aLive is going to allow that to happen, because he has the Viking out. If he brought that home...
There's already a Banshee out, about to hit the natural of aLive, and Cloak's just started, so he's not going to have that before a very long time here.
Yeah, there's not that many Marines out there for aLive on the ground, in terms of in the right position to actually shut this down.
He's getting a Viking now. His other Viking is across the map, sadly for him. He's going to be dropping in the main of Maru. Maru, I think this time is in good position to defend this easily. If he's careful, he's not reacting. He's not paying attention to his main. Yeah,
the Marines are going to go to work on these SCVs pretty quickly here.
Oh, and that Banshee on the other side. 9 kills already.
Very, very good, but it will end up dying pretty soon if he's not careful. And these Marines, they're still killing off units. He doesn't care if he kills off the Marines. He just wants to kill more SCVs, knowing that his opponent's so down. It's 31 workers to 18.
Oh my god, 2 hit points, 14 kills.
Vikings! Die.
And this is actually 30 seconds, 20 seconds away from... Cloak for Maru here, so sadly for him.
This poor Banshee.
Oh, the other one!
The poor Banshee!
He's 10 seconds away!
No!
7, 5,
Maru! No!
4 seconds, 3. Oh my god, 3 seconds away from Cloak, the Banshee dies. This is really bad. He should have taken a completely different route here to try to reach the main. There is a turret now in the expansion, and that next Banshee, that third Banshee of Maru, is gonna head into the third.
Oh, dude, Maru...
into the natural of aLive, where there is a turret, so... This is no good.
He had a little kitten. It was like the small little kitten he's just bought. It's the cutest thing ever, and aLive comes and stomps on it, man. This
is the worst.
He wrecked. That was so unfortunate. Poor Maru.
The kitten. Just because he's so young, huh?
Dude, I don't like cats. Anyway, so Maru here, now flying in with his other Banshee. And this drop progression has been shut down from Maru. So... He's kind of trying to bring himself back into it, but he needs so many more worker kills.
And Scan's gonna go down. That's 1 kill for that Banshee.
Second poor little kitten.
Why don't you like cats?
I'm allergic to cats, man.
Even Lewis likes cats.
Lewis? Who's Lewis?
Okay, you don't watch enough TV shows.
What? No, I don't watch TV at all. Who's Lewis?
Maru, he made the 4th Banshee, actually. He's just sending them to the slaughter. This is like a meat grinder. He just sends them in and they die. Look at this one.
He's just sending them down the
ETA
river.
on death. 1 second.
Is this real? Oh. Hi guys, how are you doing? This is the game where Banshees die. This is not good for Maru. And now aLive's like, I'll make my own Banshee. It'll be fine.
You want to play with Cloak? I'll show you how to use Cloak and a Banshee. I guess the first one of Maru got quite some kills, but...
But the thing is that...
There's no turrets.
I think he will make him say, this is how you use a Banshee with Cloak, because there's nothing. You're right. He has, like, what, 8 Marines to deal with this? No turrets? Probably... Well, he will have 1 or 2 scans. But this Banshee gets Cloak as it hits. A perfect timing here for aLive. And then just kills SCVs again. Oh, no! There's another one! Oh, he doesn't realize.
This never ends.
It never ends.
No, he realizes. No. Wait, this one is being hunted down as we speak.
Oh, he realizes.
And aLive, in the meantime, is gonna wanna look to teach Maru how to use Cloak Banshees.
Oh my god.
8 kills already on this one. Is gonna be at least 2 more on the expansion if he reacts now.
The missile turret's going up, but he's not even gonna finish it. Oh wow.
aLive is everywhere.
And he killed the Banshee in the middle of the map with another scan. Oh, aLive. Poor Maru. This is the saddest story of all time. But yeah, I can't take anything away from aLive. He is bossing this right now. Wow.
He's gonna send another Banshee in there. Might be able to pick up that tank here. Maru immediately unsieges.
It's very rare that you hear that sentence. That Banshee might be able to pick off that tank.
It's the logical move.
He's got it.
It was asking to die. It was standing there.
It certainly was.
Oh, he's gonna get out of the range.
Oh, he's got the Marines to help out. He could turn around to help it.
What is this?
This is a weird TVT, man.
He's gonna get the reactor, I think, and even the Viking. Oh, Maru has to micro very well. Oh, the Viking is in. Oh my god.
That was close.
aLive is playing with fire here.
He really is. aLive, he's set himself up so nicely. He has his 3rd command center down. He has a ton of production back home. Look at the unit counts. 45 Marines to 10. Oh.
Yeah, and 4 tanks to 3.
Sorry, I stopped observing for a second there because I was poking Todd and I was pointing at the screen, so... Anyway.
The army supply actually 30 to 85. Hey, Walker supply is still the same.
Is it? Oh, wow. Yeah.
Actually,
It's a shame that there's a huge death army actually moving across the map here, otherwise Maru might have a chance.
Yeah, but Maru has a lot of tanks. He's got 4 now.
Ooh.
And we actually, no 5th one on the way. He's getting one more Banshee. Oh my god, don't you ever learn.
I mean, it didn't work 5 times. Why not a 6th, I guess?
Maru just canned the natural of aLive here. He wanted to see what's coming out. He sees 2 tanks coming at once. He probably knows, well, I'm probably about to die. And he's going to have to CG. Lift your command center to expand. Maru, what are you doing?
And he lost a Viking as well. And Maru now under a lot of pressure here as aLive just charges straight on forward.
These tanks did a lot of damage to the Marines, but the orbital command is going to fall.
Oh, he gets it. A nice snipe out there. aLive does move back. He did lose same time. His army supply is still 95 to 37.
Look at the minimap. aLive is swarming right now. As Terran versus a Terran. He's literally swarming, sending a lot of units across the map.
The advantages he gained in the early game were just so monumental, and Maru has no way to combat against them. He had the one bastion of hope in the Banshees to try and fight this back, but it still was not able to make it work. And another one dies. Oh.
I've lost count at this moment.
As I said before, the saddest story of TVT. Poor Maru with his Banshees. And, well, he might get maybe a medevac, but doesn't in the end.
I'm surprised aLive even dropped there, but I guess why not at this point? What the hell?
This is
just so far ahead.
This is YOLO mode.
He lost vision on the natural, on the orbital command.
He lost his Viking.
Yeah, he sent his medivacs as well.
Yeah. Well,
next Banshee.
Is it going down again?
Yeah, there is one at the... Yeah.
If he just stims up and kills, like... Rrr! Oh no, well, that siege tank is helping out quite considerably.
Congratulations, Banshee.
Yeah,
you're gonna live a few seconds more.
A happy life for now. Wait a minute, no you're not. Oh, how many times has this happened? Oh jeez. All right, scans galore. So he sees where his opponent's army is and knows he's going to just drop entirely. And the SCV is coming off the line.
Oh, the medivacs of aLive actually dropping on top of the tanks here.
Yeah, Maru knows he's in a lot of trouble, and aLive knows to take the advantage where he can. There you go, GG, and aLive takes the series 2-0. Wow, he is damn good in TVT now.
Pretty good.
But Maru, at the same time, he didn't look like the same Maru. I personally would say. Game 1, it looked a little bit kind of more like what's going on, but the losing that many Banshees?
Yeah, I mean, you don't expect this out of the WCS Korea champion. He sent like 8 Banshees to their death. But then again, it was aLive playing this really well, always having a scan on time. And I have to say, aLive's defense was perfect, and then his offense was perfect as well, every single time. Even landing the Viking in the main, like you don't ever see this. Like one single Viking to snipe a SCV, he felt so comfortable. It felt like he had no pressure at all. He was just playing his very, very best, which is not something you can always easily do in a tournament of this scale as a pro gamer.
And that means now aLive advances on to play against either... Oh, no, he plays against Scarlet.
Yeah. The rematch.
The rematch. Oh, dear me.
This is going to be interesting.
Yeah, that really is. That is going to be on Stream 1, Stream A, guys. So if you want to watch Scarlet versus aLive, that will be there. However, our next series will be Maru versus MMA to see who falls out. It's like old versus the new. We have Maru a champion. MMA
old versus young
would
be me versus Maru.
Yeah? Oh, okay. All on that ladder of career. Anyway, guys, join us in just a little bit where we will see if Maru is eliminated or if MMA is.